So this GUSDC and maybe in the future GUSDT or other tokens is also called credit token. So in tokens here, we have here credit token, which initially going to be only GUSDC. But again, it could be GETH, GUSDT. And another thing about simple PSM, PSM stands for Peg Stability Manager, which means that this is the contract that module, yeah. And this is the contract that is, Peg Stability Module. And this contract is basically responsible on the fact that this GUSDC will be pegged to USDC. So if USDC is $1, it will be $1. So if there is ETH and GETH will be one-to-one with ETH. That's why it's called Peg Stability Module. And that's how it works. So that's about how simple PSM work. You can deposit and redeem the collateral token and get or burn the credit token, mint or burn the credit token. That's what it does, just minting and redeeming, deposit and redeem, mint and burn. And the credit, so this is the credit token, right? So that's what we talk about, the credit token. The credit token is also a rebase token. Do you want to explain what does it mean, Taz?
I'm not really sure, but it's something about the total supply of tokens keeps changing over time. The way it works inside this credit token is that every time there's some kind of profit or loss, it targets a different total supply, and over time the total supply moves towards that target.
Exactly. So why it's important? Because these credit tokens accrue interest or yield, right? But their value is always supposed to be tied to the collateral token. So you might ask, how is this yield or interest being paid to the lenders? How is it being paid? By rebasing. Rebasing means that if you hold 100 GUSDC tokens and these GUSDC tokens are staked or lended somewhere, the more time passes, you will get your 5% APR or APY, your interest or your staking yield. You will get it as in a form of more GUSDC tokens. The GUSDC token value will not go up in price, but you will get more GUSDC tokens. Your balance will increase over time. That's what rebasing means. And if you're familiar with Wonderland Time and Olympus DAO protocol, I think they were like the first ones that introduced rebasing tokens, or maybe there were other protocols that did before, but this was like the big protocols back then in DeFi summer 2020, 2021. So this is rebasing. That's simply what rebasing means. That basically you have more and more tokens in your balance, and this is how you get interest or yield farming, staking yields. So that's what it means. So what's important to remember and understand is that this credit token is a rebase distributor token. Is that clear so far? And the guild token is gauges and multi-votes. Yeah. So these are the tokens that we have in the system. We have the governance token and this credit token. We already talked about lending term and simple PSM. Simple PSM, make sure that the credit token is pegged to the collateral. And the lending term is a bit more complicated. This one is actually the logic of the lending term, but there could be a lot of lending term deployed using minimal proxies, clones in OpenZeppelin. So there could be one lending term, like you saw over here, that you deposit ETH and you get X GUSDC for it. There could be another lending term that you deposit ETH and you get less GUSDT for it, or more GUSDC for it, with different parameters. It could be with different collateral token. Maybe the collateral token would be RAP BTC and you would get GUSDT. So every lending term has same code, same logic, but different parameters. So you're going to deploy the same smart contract, this one lending term .sol, but the parameters will basically say which collateral token is being deposited, which credit token is being minted, and other parameters like what is the ratio between them, how many credit tokens you could get per each collateral token, or other parameters that we won't get into right now, only when we'll get into the findings because they have some issues. So these are references, but these are parameters. All these parameters will determine the lending term. Like what is the collateral token? What is the max debt per collateral token? How many can you get credits for every collateral that you deposit? The interest rate that you have to pay and the credit holders are receiving. Minimum partial repay percent, opening fee, hard cap. Yeah, so these are all the parameters of a lending term.